broker. This morning on Today.
All right, 6:42. Let's bring Anthony back now. I know we have a lot going on.
Yes.
Everybody's already thinking about next week for start of school for HISD.
And something else we need to think about is there's the potential, at least, that there's a system in the Gulf of Mexico as we're taking our kids back to school on Monday. And right now, the early models have this, if it makes land, if it's something, Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So we're talking about an 8-day forecast, so plenty of time to watch this. A lot can happen in that time, but I want to make you aware we've got something heading in that general direction. Otherwise, you were mentioning how hot it's going to be this afternoon, and you were calling it the dog days of summer. Literally. Dog days of summer. Jill Garza sent this in from Humble. This is Graham, who is enjoying the last week before all the kids head back into school, because, by the way, all the pools are open through this weekend. Once you get to Monday, everybody's back to school and no more pool time. Well, maybe for the dog, but that's about it. So here's what the forecast looks like. Temperatures climbing into the mid-90s. I think the difference for us in Humble today, for example, I think it's going to feel hotter out there. So if we're not getting the rain, the heat index is going to be climbing to 108, 109 degrees. So we could see a heat warning for us in Humble and Houston tomorrow, unless we get the rain and it's strong enough. And that's really helped the last couple of days. And that is, again, a possibility. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. You got 74 at Bush Intercontinental. Galveston, of course, a lot warmer, of where we do have the heat warning that is again in effect along our coastal cities today. 7 o'clock, and just like yesterday, notice how the model's printing out some rain here around at lunchtime into the afternoon. Not much going on, but you do see enough. If this happens, it'll keep those temperatures, the heat indices, down a little bit. Notice you're not seeing a lot along the coastline, so I think it's another really oppressive, dangerous day along the coast. And once the sun sets, we're done with all of the rain, and that's about it. Let's talk about the tropics now, because here's what I'm tracking. Notice how this area right here is getting better organized, and so it's left all that dry air, and now it's got a chance to become something, become a tropical depression or a tropical storm. It's now the question that it's a hurricane either. The early model guidance on this, as you can see, is pretty together. So you're not seeing any kind of wide spread here. So the potential up here to the north over the mountains of the Dominican Republic and Haiti headed towards Cuba. If this happens, it would be tough to form and become a tropical system because it's on land and mountains. If it's a little farther off to the south, you have a little better chance here that it becomes a tropical storm or a hurricane. And so what's guiding this and moving this is this big Bermuda high up here to the north. And so you've got this northwesterly movement. The key is what happens beyond 5 days, because the models are really good 5 days out. Once you get to 8 days, there's a lot that can happen. And if it stays closer to the high, it's a little closer to Florida. If it misses the high, it just goes straight into Mexico. But of course, the whole Gulf is open here. But we're talking about a forecast Wednesday into Thursday. So again, there's a lot that can happen. So what we know right now, storms are developing with this. It's in a better environment to form. It's moving west through Monday. Beyond that, almost any outcome is possible. So just be prepared. Make sure you're ready. Pay attention every day to the forecast, because you can see on the 7-day, there's no impact for us, because we're looking at a landfall Wednesday and Thursday of next week with no matter what this is. But for now, 96 degrees for the next couple days, upper 90s this weekend, and just be prepared. Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you know what to do if something occurs in the Gulf of Mexico as we're taking the kids back to school on Monday.
Yeah, a lot going on for sure, and you're going to be on top of it. Thanks so much. All right, let's check in with Jennifer.